What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Run and Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps.
And I'm sleep depravity.
We got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. You know, the NFL schedules has actually already dropped. Yes, they're already out. We got some interesting QB matchups. A lot going on in the realm of college football. JC, what else we got going on?
I don't know, man. I just work here. You act like I know all this.
All right, well, you know,
all I know is right. I ain't slept in a while. He doing something with school. We have a wonderful show set up for you. I'm JC. He's J Peeps. This is our producer with the Morgan Freeman God voice. And is there anything else? Am I missing something? No, I done made this quick.
If you feel like you want to chime in during this episode, make sure to leave a comment, and we will definitely read your comment. We'll respond to you. We love interaction. We're all for it. Tonight's going to be an awesome episode. Y'all don't go anywhere. The intro's next. Stay tuned.
Batman.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Denny Hendricks.
And you're listening to
You're listening to
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
That's what I was telling you, man. Listen, you know the NFL schedule.
What?
You ain't got to worry about that, dog. I'm just
Wait,
saying. You feel me?
look.
Oh, we back on America. How
Yeah.
y'all doing? Anyway, let's get it started.
Wow.
You know, we got that HBCU news.
Yes, we do. So, A&T's men and women's track have run away with the MEAC title. Both won their respective sides by over 100 points.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I see what you did there.
The track.
I see what
Yeah.
you did
Run away. I
Okay.
see. That's nice.
Run
All
away.
right. Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a blowout.
like
Honestly, I
we
think
won't be giving you enough props on that sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Let me get at
Thank
that. Run away.
yeah,
Right.
the men's 4x4 for which honestly, if you think about it, it's a race that's like just at the end of the meet, it's always the most tiring race. They're one of the best in the nation, honestly. So when they go to the NCAA championships, it's gonna be intriguing to see how they match up with schools like who like Texas A&M, who has consecutively had a very respectable 4x4. So, I'm intrigued by that. JC, what you got?
I'm not no track dude. I don't know nothing. I just know you're supposed to run fast, and then the one where you get the better time wins. That's all I know. Go Usain Bolt.
He's retired. He's
Go
retired.
go DK Metcalf.
He.
Yeah, hey, he got a point.
I
You got
got
a
that
point.
one. I got that
You
one.
got a point.
I got that one.
He was right there in the
I don't
thick
know
of
a
it.
lot,
Now, which A&T?
But I know something.
Which A&T is this?
This is North Carolina A&T.
Oh, the Aggies.
Yes,
My great grandfather graduated from that school,
my grandfather did as well.
and one of my buddies, I was in one of the best men at his wedding. His wife graduated from that school. It's been around, man. It's a good school.
Yeah, I think it's got the highest attendance of all the HBCUs right now.
I would love to find graduation rates and post them for HBCUs versus non-HBCUs.
I do know about the acceptance rate of most of these HBCUs, but that's
I was
another
about to
story.
say, I don't think
Nah.
you want to go there because then they're going to bring up the acceptance rate. And
Yeah.
on Twitter, they were blowing that up with Grambling.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was gonna say we might want to relax for a little while.
I ain't trying to make no enemy and nobody in Louisiana. You know, they got that.
Exactly.
spicy gumbo. Hurt your chest.
Exactly. The other thing too, FAMU baseball, they're continuing their quest for one last MEAC title before they jump over to the SWAC. They currently sit in first place in the MEAC South. They're 15-9. On the other side, Norfolk State is also 15-9. So I think those are the two top dogs kind of heading into the MEAC baseball tournament. Hopefully it's here in Volusia County. I'd love to go see it.
You know, you love to see it. You know, it's nice to be able to see him go out and get that one last MEAC before the MEAC eventually folds.
Yeah. But hey, hold up now. Hold up. Wait, about that.
I said that to segue you in there. I said that.
I like what you did there because see, Kentucky State and Virginia Union, I believe it's called Virginia Union. Virginia State, yes, the Trojans. I know both of those schools have been contacted, and I tagged you in this on Twitter because both schools the MEAC's reaching out to them as a last resort to bring them in. So hey,
listen. I didn't like that tweet, repost that tweet, nothing. I ain't do nothing with that tweet. You know why? Because you in the final death throes now, and you notice it. Who the heck has heard of Virginia State and who?
Kentucky State. Now, but to be fair, Kentucky State has a win over Jackson State in the last full fall football season that a lot of folk in Jackson don't want to talk about.
Before that, who you know from them? What you know about them?
Nobody. But they do have an interesting mascot.
What's their mascot?
They're called the Thoroughbreds. They're not even called like the Mustangs.
Yes, that would be a thoroughbred.
Hold on now. That's kind of tight. That's a little different.
No, that'd be tight if it was the dance line.
You know, he's got a point.
Now you need to. Now you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he's got a point.
Just say.
You know what?
He has
I'm
a
not
point.
even gonna start with you. All I'm gonna say is, you're noticing that these are the final death throes of the MEAC. They need to recover the membership because they bleed money at this point, right?
Yep.
So they gonna make some calls, right? I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe the deal does happen, but you're just not making up the same amount of money that you were getting from a FAMU or a BCU or even, I believe, North Carolina A&T, right?
Yep. And that's the thing.
You're
A lot
not
of
getting
people
that
are
type of cash flow in there.
a lot of people are trying to be fun. Well, not be funny, but a lot of people are trying to say, like, you know, it's kind of crazy how A&T ran off to a predominantly white conference, but is still managing to schedule these HBCUs from the MEAC because they just signed a contract to play against Norfolk State. And whereas even FAMU ran off to the SWAC, and they've managed to schedule a non-conference date with South Carolina State. So I don't really understand why people are trying to like make it a racial thing, so to say. But I mean
just because you go to a different conference doesn't mean you necessarily have to lose these rivalries that you've gotten used to.
Exactly.
Usually the reason why it doesn't happen is because money involved and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not an AD. I'm not a part of that.
So let me ask y'all a question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What have we learned from this whole spring football season? This is what I learned. That's what I learned right here.
You learned there's a Tiger King
That's
in
what
Montgomery.
I learned. Yes, that's what I learned. Right, Dion? That's what I learned.
I learned that Fort Myers Beach can't finish strong.
I will say what I learned is that, you know, a lot of these teams are going to be quite interesting more often than we thought. Like I really wasn't expecting much from Alabama State, but Alabama State packs a punch. We're learning that Alabama A&M is going to have a formidable offense. We also learned, well, in my opinion, I also learned that the top dogs in the SWAC West ain't really the top dogs. I mean, if I'm being real, I mean, go ahead, Jim.
I'm glad he did that dog noise. And the other one, please don't press it. Not that one. But all right, cool. Yeah. I learned that Akil Glass, he the one. I like it. That boy smooth with it. I ain't gonna lie. You know.
I got respect for him. I like his game.
I think I was reading something and they were like, yeah, he's probably the best quarterback in HBCU football right now.
Yeah, he is. And I just hope when the time comes that the NFL gives him a chance. I really do.
You said that with a straight face.
Exposure that you get from. Yeah, seriously, like, give him the same exposure and the same publicity that you gave Trey Lance coming out of the FCS.
You said that with a straight face again.
I'm being serious. Yeah, like they need.
Because I've realized now that they're not going to, right? Because
Yeah,
I even
unfortunately.
looked at the real early mock drafts and all that stuff. No name on that. He ain't on there, right? But you know who they got possibly going in the first round?
Spencer Rattler.
You mean Rattler? No. I believe Malik Wilson.
Oh, from Lamar,
From where?
not Lamar. Liberty.
Liberty.
Yeah,
Liberty.
I got
I
my
don't
two
know.
L's mixed up.
Listen, I'm a college football watcher, but I don't know about y'all, but I ain't really paid no attention to Liberty, and dang sure not the quarterback of Liberty.
Yeah, I know.
Liberty,
honestly.
Liberty.
It goes back to what I said last week. I'd much rather watch Alabama A&M play against somebody than watch Liberty play against somebody. Give or take, Liberty was balling last year, and we're going to see if they can repeat that success again. But, that's just me. I'd rather watch Akil Glass than watch homeboy from Liberty.
One can only hope that the NFL decides to drop the slander. But
Speaking of
we
NFL,
on to the
Yeah, speaking of NFL. Now I can finally say it. JC, you want to know who the Packers picked up? What 3 QBs the Packers got in their camp right now?
Oh, you know what? I saw this.
I didn't.
Jordan Love, who was
Chad
backing up
Kelly.
Aaron Rodgers.
Chad
Kelly.
Carter Boy Kelly, Red Cup. They call him Red Cup.
The nephew of
Yeah,
Jim
Red
Kelly,
Cup
and Blake Bortles.
My boy Blake Bortles. Add the extra L's because that's all he takes.
Now
Wow.
CBS had an interesting stat for this where they said, as far as playoff wins since 2017, Blake Bortles and Aaron Rodgers both have 2 apiece.
Now, all right, I'm about to break this. I'm about to break this whole down for y'all. Now, for Blake Bortles, that don't make no sense. All right, here's what I'm gonna tell you. You know, I know, the producer know, and anybody watching this show ought to know, right? That Blake Bortles won those games because at the time the
Yeah, good
Jacksonville
defense.
defense was elite.
Yep. Saxonville.
Now, Saxonville. That was when they was known as Saxonville. Now it's the Florida Gators. But
Yeah.
Wow.
He's right. He's right. You ain't lying. Keep going. Keep going. You're not lying.
but with Aaron Rodgers, all right. Now, as much as I hate comparative stats like that, with Aaron Rodgers, it's a telling story because dang it, you got showed up this year, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you. You've had one of the best teams for a while. And yeah, Mike McCarthy ain't the greatest coach in my opinion, right? But you've had good teams in the past. You can't say he hasn't, right? And then, right, Tampa Bay comes, they pay for a team real quick, and in one season, they get Tom Brady and all this other stuff and go win a Super Bowl. Where you been at, Rodgers? What?
I will say, I honestly felt like the year the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, I really thought that was the year the Packers should have really got there. I will say. Because they went 13-3. Had Matt LaFleur. First year, they were tearing it up.
Let me name drop real quick. I know that Stephen A. Smith calls him that bad man, but right now, you're looking like a bad man. You ain't looking like. Eh. What have you talked about, Mr. Producer, sir? In the playoff game, right? Had a whole chance to run it in, didn't.
Yeah. But all they want to talk about is the coach took the ball out of his hands the series before and went for a field goal.
I went back and looked at it, and you know what? You were absolutely correct in your analysis.
What?
That was you were correct in your analysis on that. Yes,
Wow.
I'm giving you credit, sir.
Thank you.
We shelling out credit today. All right. I'm
Now
feeling
I
happy.
will say, where do y'all see Aaron Rodgers landing? Because a lot of people are saying,
Sorry, that was for him giving me credit. I had to.
go ahead.
No, I'm
But
good.
yeah, a lot of people are saying, ship him off to Denver to be with John Elway.
That's a good move. That don't sound like no bad move. Now, if
Honestly,
you want to hurt him, hold on. Let me.
If you want to hurt him,
Hold on.
if you want to hurt him,
Ready when you
Send him
you
to
gotta look
Houston.
nice when you win this. You can send him to Houston, or you could send him to the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my gosh, that would be
Now listen,
That would be
I
very-
like Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson got years though. He can wait.
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers ain't
Yeah.
got years. If he go get smacked around with the Jets, that ain't good,
Mhm.
right? And if he go to Houston, he might catch a charge. So
Wow.
I mean,
Um,
listen, Aaron Rodgers is not the. I don't want to say he's not humble, but he not the lay down and take some type of dude, right? So he gonna say something. He gonna get into it with management and ownership. That's just the way he is, right? Ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. I don't think you can do that in Houston.
I guarantee Aaron Rodgers can. He will not
Yeah, he
receive
could.
the treatment that Deshaun Watson received.
I agree. Why?
Thank you for saying it.
But
Thank you for saying
why?
it.
Because
Well, you
it's a
see, if you look at your passport right here,
exactly. Exactly. Tell the truth now. Tell the truth now.
you go ahead and look at your passport and then flip it to page 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at there. Look at there.
Exactly.
Now, I would like to see. I mean, it'd be interesting if Aaron Rodgers ended up with like the Giants.
Ooh. But would they be willing to put Daniel Jones on the bench?
Why not?
It's Aaron
Some-
Rodgers. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think what I like the most, if they didn't make a move, Indianapolis.
Well, they got Carson Wentz.
If
Yeah.
they didn't make a move.
Yeah, if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been ugly. That would have been downright ugly. Because the only thing they were lacking yet last year was a quarterback.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I think that would have been very interesting. That might not. They're a good team now, especially since they got Carson Wentz. There's still question marks around that, but like if they would have picked up Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
might be a super
Some
team. That's all
people
I'm
already, even with Carson Wentz, are trying to say the Colts are going to be in the Super Bowl.
No. They
It's
might.
like
I mean, Wentz was a lot better quarterback than he got credit for. Nobody could have really been a quarterback with that offensive line, with the injuries and the depletions. I mean, Wentz took a lot of hits. Jalen Hurts was just faster.
Yeah,
But even Jalen
I
took a lot of
believe,
hits.
Carson Wentz is an MVP caliber player. He dang near get the MVP or did get one?
Yeah, I believe so, but that's and see that part of it is the
But
relationship.
he got hurt.
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
So I mean, I believe that he is an MVP caliber player still. I think you just have to work out the protection with him and be able to protect him.
I think it comes down to who he's with now, because they've always said, Adam Schefter and all these guys have always said he's got a very strong relationship with not Doug Peterson, Frank Wright.
Frank Wright.
He's got a very strong relationship with Frank Wright, and it wasn't that bond in Philly wasn't there when Frank Wright left.
You know,
Him
it's
and Doug
interesting. It's interesting that we say this. How much money did he lose? Any money when Frank Wright left? Did they cut his salary?
That's where I'm about to go. Strong
Okay.
relationship, be damned. I don't think anybody can play broke up.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like the nerve to play football is gone because your coach leaves.
Even
The
if
NFL, it
even if it is, because he did get very uncomfortable, and he was he started playing like Vinny Testaverde in Tampa Bay. My thing is, you're getting paid the same amount of money as you were when Frank Reich was there. Step up, shut up, and do your job. Now, when you got hurt, when you got hit and you were getting beaten around, I get it. Nobody can really play under that kind of duress. Ask Steve Young when he was here in Tampa Bay. You can't play under that kind of duress. But I'm not going to make excuses for, okay, it was the relationship with your offensive coordinator. Nobody gave Jameis those excuses. And look how many offensive coordinators he had and head coaches that he had.
It's true.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be quiet. Y'all got the rest of the show.
No, I love this. You hit
I
it
agree.
right on the head. It's beautiful.
I agree.
They should have
I
gave
agree.
my boy Lovey more years. No, don't you, because y'all ended up with Dirk Cutter and you know all y'all was mad.
Honestly, yeah, I felt like they could have gotten someone better than Dirk.
But
Honestly,
not
I feel
Lovey?
like if they, on deep down, to be honest, I feel like if they'd have gotten Bruce sooner, it would have worked in Jameis's favor.
I'm not gonna do this with him.
I mean, hey,
I'm
look,
going to-
again, the time machine hasn't been built yet, so when it's built and we're all 60 and our producer's like 80, we can all get in the time machine and go back in time and see what would happen.
What the
Create
time
an
machine?
alternate
That's
timeline.
that's a whole different thing right there. Time machine take you back to the time, but it don't change.
Hold up.
We are in
Jimbo,
the
Jimbo
we in the
Fisher
step
says
one.
that Texas A&M can be just as good as Alabama.
Yeah, he said that. he and
I like
you know,
I like Nick
I'm-
Saban's response.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
He said in golf. Nah, but he referred to like the strong relationship him and Jimbo have, and I mean, look, it's I can't. It's hard to say because again, Jimbo's in Texas. His Florida State teams when they were really rolling, I felt could have played with Alabama, but his teams in Texas, you're not recruiting the same type of athletes because. Again, as I always have said, and I'll continue to say, I'll take it to my grave, regardless of what anybody thinks. Florida players are different than Texas players. It's a
well, it
different.
ain't like he's
vibe.
losing out on Florida. SEC territory is still definitely Florida.
Yeah. I probably need to study his roster and see how much of a Florida influence is Texas A&M having.
I think he has a couple of good classes, and he jumps the gun because last year they were pretty good.
That offensive line was outstanding.
The Maroon
Well,
Goons.
Nick Saban is Nick Saban. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Wherever he go next, if he decide to retire, whatever,
He ain't going nowhere.
He's
if
not.
he decide to
He ain't going
coach
nowhere.
to the grave, and then he get in the grave, he gonna be up there coaching the heaven football team or something.
Where you
they
gonna go?
ask him to recruit.
Alabama gave him a blank check when he got there. What do you need? Just like they did in Tallahassee with Bobby Bowden. When he finally got close and got his first national championship, they reworked his contract and told him, "You fill this in." Nick Saban got the same treatment.
Didn't they re-sign him with a bigger blank check?
Yeah, and he's getting the best players money can buy, according to Bush Pros. So,
Honestly,
where you-
go ahead.
Where you really gonna go? Who is gonna give What is going to give Nick Saban this feeling? You own the University of Alabama right now. You own the state of Alabama.
Yeah, honestly, I'll tell you this I've heard from a few people that ran track at Alabama that go to school with me. Two things. One, it's the athlete that they want they're very strict about it, and it's when they go to these places, and JC can attest to this. When we were in high school, one of our top offensive linemen got beat one time. Recruiting coach walked out, got in his car, and never came back. Two, yes, if Nick Saban wanted to, and I've heard this from multiple people, having been to Alabama and going to school, people that went to Alabama and played sports, he would probably win the governor race in a landslide.
I wasn't saying that he's leaving. I'm saying in whatever he does, Jimbo will never make as strong as a dynasty as Nick Saban.
He won't.
It's funny.
He won't.
Because who was Nick's offensive coordinator at LSU when they won the national championship?
It was Jimbo.
It was Jimbo Fisher. And then Nick goes to the Dolphins and comes back to Alabama, and Jimbo is running around behind Bobby Bowden at Florida State, right?
Yeah.
Jimbo's best coaching string came with those 2 years with Jameis Winston. And then you saw how the cupboard started emptying out.
Whoa, hold on. Wait,
I'm listening.
I would definitely give him 2010 was pretty good. 2011.
Were they in the national championship game?
No, but they were in a major league bowl game.
It doesn't matter.
They were just.
Were they playing for a ring?
Be honest with yourself. EJ Manuel times was not that great.
They won the Orange Bowl.
Were they playing for a ring?
Championship?
Were they playing for a ring?
Technically, you kind of get a ring for the Orange Bowl, to be honest.
Okay, this is a Bucks fan. We're going.
Wait, hold up. Whoa.
We're going to paint it. We're going to paint it. We're going to paint it to look like we want it to look.
No. Pause. Because I'm going to tell you now. I was at one of Bobby Bowden's last games in 2009 when USF ran him over.
Yeah.
And then, so what is me being a Bucks fan? No, stop.
Yeah, we're talking about Jimbo.
Stop. But what does me being a Bucks fan have to do with Florida State? I would love to know that.
What does playing for a What does I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question because this is
Bucks fan have to do it's either
I wait till you're done.
Little.
When you finish stammering,
let me know. What does that have to do?
Okay, so what does technically they're playing for a ring in the Orange Bowl have to do with the national championship ring? Nothing.
There you go, right there.
And then okay, but still, and then it's.
But you got all hot under the collar.
You brought up apples to oranges. You brought up an apples to oranges right there. Yes.
Yes.
You gonna say it didn't?
Now I will say was the peak.
Hold on. You beat the dust off. You beat Clemson out of their own building. You literally, was it 54 to 3 or
51 to 14?
51 to 14, and it wasn't even that close. You ran Clemson out of their own building. So then you go on to win the national championship, really unopposed. Then the next year you come back and you lose one game, and that's which game?
It was the Rose Bowl.
Right, to Mario. It was the national championship playoff to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Name a better run that Jimbo Fisher had than that, those 2 years. You win the national championship and you lose in the playoff the next year. What better run really can you have to have he had 2 opportunities to win the national championship under Jameis, literally.
I'll give it to you. That was the peak of it, but I wouldn't say those were his best years.
Oh my gosh!
How were those not his best years?
Stop. Let's just move on because, again, I feel like I'm dealing with the Republican National Convention here. Go ahead.
God, I'd love to bring Freddie Stevenson on here. I would love to bring Freddie Stevenson on here and talk about this.
You
God.
just you can't.
What you gonna bring somebody else?
No. I would love to bring Freddie Stevenson on here to actually have someone on here that was actually in the foxhole that knew what was going on. Yes.
Hold on. So you gonna tell me? So you gonna tell me that the time that he won a the season he won a national championship in, and the season he actually contended for another national championship in, were not his best 2 years, even though those were the only 2 years in which he had that type of
I literally said that was the peak.
But then you came back and
But you
said
that's not the best years that
right.
he had.
That's what you said following
I
that.
literally said that was the peak. Rewind this episode and you'll
Yeah,
find
no,
out.
you need to rewind it. And after you said that was a peak, listen to what you said right after that.
I said it was
Exactly.
the peak. I'm still trying to figure out how me being a Bucks fan influences Florida
Keep
State.
thinking
That's
about
what
it. We got a minute.
I really
5
don't. That
seconds
does
left.
not make sense at all.
Lord.
That triggers me because that has no correlation. That's just
What
I
you
can't
said
say,
had no correlation
No, but
either.
I'm not gonna say the R word because that for
What?
personal reasons.
What are
But that,
What
that
R
was
word?
that-
Referees?
No, that was stupid. But FCS National Championship.
You were gonna
is
call
set.
me retarded. Okay.
FCS National Championship is set. So we got the Jackrabbits.
What does retarded mean? It means your growth has
And-
been stunted. If you
and
can't
we've
see
got
that those
San
were the
Diego
2 best
State.
years, your growth has been stunted. If the Orange
San
Bowl,
Diego
if the
State,
Orange
South
Bowl
Dakota
ring means
State.
more to you,
Are we gonna actually talk about? Are we gonna talk about the FCS championship, or are we gonna keep arguing like a bunch of schoolgirls?
We
'Cause
ain't
I
got
like the
time
Jackrabbits.
now, so we might as well finish this up.
I like the Jackrabbits Saturday. How about y'all?
Oh
We
my
gonna talk about this or what? Because we can flex that into the fourth
who
quarter.
the Jackrabbits playing?
They're playing Sam Houston.
Sam Houston looked
I
pretty
got
good.
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston looked
I
pretty
got
good.
I like South Dakota State. It's their ability to finish out games for me. From what I've seen in these last two games, the quarterfinals and the semifinals.
The
I
good
gotta
thing
take the
is,
Jackrabbits.
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, shout out to all the North Dakota State fans I triggered with one simple tweet.
Yeah.
I found it funny when they just started arguing amongst themselves about we don't need this to move up and we need this to move up. I was like, hey, go ahead.
They're having a tough time right now. This is the first time in a while that they've been down.
Yeah.
I think they realized Trey wasn't on the field.
Yeah. Also, too, I know we talked about it a little. Well, actually, no. I want to talk about this. JC, you might not be able to fight Jake Paul because we might see an individual die in the ring after Floyd gets done with him.
Floyd won't
Him
kill.
and Logan.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really want to talk about this because it's all just a marketing thing. I mean, let's be honest here. Because they had their
The press conference.
on the same day as Canelo and
Was it?
Canelo and Saunders. Did you see that fight?
I was.
how many
not final
fractions
midterm.
in that orbital, man?
Yeah. I mean, that was, and it wasn't even. He didn't even get. It was a perfect sit down uppercut, and the biggest part was Saunders did the big mistake. You never lean. You never bend down over your knee because now you've got nowhere to go. He couldn't move left or right. He saw the punch coming. He tried to turn his head. His eye was like, please move. And he couldn't turn his head. Oh,
Really help me.
oh,
That's crazy.
oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh man, no, but it's gonna be interesting though. June 5th in Miami Gardens.
It was a good fight though. That Canelo.
We got to get JC down to that fight on June 5th.
We do. I kind of want to see him sitting ringside.
Because Paul's got to see you when you challenge.
I gotta get some mink. I gotta go to wear some mink if I'm going down to the fight. Man.
I think you should go totally opposite.
Don't wear a hat.
Go
Just don't wear.
not the mink. I'm trying to be American gangster when I
Where the wife beater? Where did the undershirt that you tore?
the vest. It's a vest now.
Yeah, wear the vest. Wear
Oh
the
my
vest.
gosh.
And put a Band-Aid on your shoulder and let them know I've been vaccinated, but I'm still dangerous.
I'm telling you, you just don't wear a hat. Just don't wear a hat, because if you come up there and be like, "I got your hat," I know that's gonna just
No,
set
what you
off.
should do, wear the hat and give it to Floyd. No man should touch your hat. So I want to bless you.
I'm gonna come in with a flat cap.
Yes.
It's over.
Oh my gosh.
And on the face of the hat, we got to get a picture of like a hand slapping Jake Paul.
The Batman hand.
Yes. Tell me.
The Batman hand.
We got you.
Yeah.
We got you. And that Gatorade jug that you have, spit some chew in the back in it. Just we want to make it look like you're as out of shape as possible and have no chance to get in there.
Floyd, no man should take your hat.
No one should take your hat. Please let me bless you with the hat I saved up for. I could have paid rent and gotten a hotel so I could get off the streets, but it was more important for me to see that you got a hat back, my brother.
Should we give him a Jamaican accent and some sandals?
The sandals, maybe.
Make sure when you
Yeah.
make sure when you get in that ring, your pimp hands stay way strong.
And if you don't kill him, as your number one fan, please let me have the opportunity to beat him down properly.
Honestly, he might be dead. He might be dead by the time you say that.
Floyd ain't gonna kill him. This is all about making some money.
Yeah, that's a whole thing, man.
I would. Like, Floyd sounded pretty serious when he was walking away, because he kept screaming, "I'll kill that mother."
As many jokes as is it 50 Cent who be clowning him a lot.
Yeah.
As many jokes as 50 Cent make about his intelligence level, come on, you think Floyd don't know he got 30 bodyguards who can jump anybody?
That's true too.
Didn't 50 Cent say if I had to fight Floyd, instead of punching him, I'd open up a book?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's messed up. Oh my
I
god.
think he bet him 50 grand or something like
Something
that
crazy.
to read a Dr. Seuss
To
book.
read a doc. I'm sorry, JP. I'm sorry. That's why I knew I should have stayed out of this. Because, yeah.
Yes, I didn't know all that.
And
That's
to my
messed up.
knowledge, 50 Cent still got his money.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah.
So DK Metcalf, he stayed in the thick of it during the Olympic trials. He clocked at ninth at a 10.36. I'm impressed.
Me too.
I'm impressed.
Me too.
There's a lot of people talking about, football players need to stay on the football field and away from track, but I'm just like
10.36.
exactly.
Heck, I would have run right with him because my 40 time was 10.37.
That's a bit
Stop
far.
lying. Stop lying. Well, JC, we knew a kid that ran a 6 flat in the 40 once.
And he still played?
No, he ran a 6. He ran a 666, but they changed the number because they was like, this is a Catholic school. We can't be doing that here.
Wow.
Damn, that's bad. That's actually, I forgot about that part. But, it's impressive to see. Honestly, there's some that will say, football players are the best athletes on the planet. Some make that argument. I don't know how a lot of people feel about that. It's respectable. But,
Go
there's
to a
other
boxing training camp or a wrestling training camp. And you tell me.
see now that's the other thing too, because having heard stories about that, not
having
seen
been
it.
through it. I could tell you, I've played football, I've wrestled, and I've boxed. It was
I would say the
so
only
much easier.
non-combat sport that maybe gets a shot at it, basketball.
Swimming.
Swimming too,
Swimming.
yeah.
Swimming.
Hard,
Swimming is
Yeah.
especially the long ones.
We always equate athletics as contact. That's what we, to be a finely tuned athlete, we look at fighters, football players, basketball players, not really baseball players, but
I only,
Baseball's- I've always
I
heard
only
the term
say
baseball.
basketball for the fast breaks, right? With the back
Yeah.
and forth usually that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're essentially running suicides for most of the time that you're in the game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh, I hated suicide.
I honestly, like the first few weeks, I hated them, but after a
No,
while, I
hold
started.
on. Y'all gonna make my back and my knees start hurting again.
Yeah,
We're not going here.
I'm a lineman. Suicide make me actually think about living up to the word. This is suicide, bro. And the first time we had to run them, we ran them in full pads, and we weren't introduced to them. It was just like, all right, line up on the sideline. What? And then go back and line up on the goal line. What we doing now? The same thing, but we're gonna extend them. You run to the 25, come back. Run to the 50, come back. Run to the other 25, come back, and then run all the way and come back.
Right.
By the time that was over, I had thrown up halfway through. I had nothing left to come up out my body by the time we finished.
We did those and wind sprints. Oh my goodness, I could not stand it. We used to have a thing that the linemen used to do called Hamburger Hill. Oh my god. Whew.
Now I will
That used
say
to make you wish.
the one thing I do like about that whole aspect of training is like you see guys like here recently, Jameis is training like a boxer. Plus on top of his working on his throwing motion, you got Mike Evans who always trains as if he's a boxer based off of like his release getting off the line.
Have you ever boxed?
I have not. I'll be honest with you.
Here's what I
have
would
no-
ask. Here's how I would ask you. Go into a regular gym. You don't have to go to a boxing gym. Go into a regular gym. See if they have the hang wraps. Put your gloves on. And just punch the bag for 3 minutes. Just punch it for 3 minutes straight.
Your wrists are going to start to hurt.
No.
Soon.
As long as you know how to punch your wrist, you'll be fine.
It's a lot more. than
Right.
that.
Your arms are going to fall off at about 30, 45 seconds. You're going to think you've already hit 3 minutes, and you're like, who's messing with the clock? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the wrap up. I'm sorry. I'm going to be quiet, y'all. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow. That was quick. Thank you for joining us.
This was a fun episode. Thanks for joining
was.
us here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us at all of our platforms. You can see them right here at the bottom.
Yeah, right there at the bottom.
They're all there,
It's
right?
going right
See, it
by.
says like, follow, and share. See, look. Don't forget to do all that. I'm JC,
I'm Jay Peeps.
and is there anything you want to say to them? We got 50 seconds.
Start making your travel plans. College football schedules are out. NFL schedules are out. Start making travel plans now.
And please, if you get a chance, we couldn't list it on the show, but check out J Peeps OnlyFans. He's trying to raise money for the show.
Oh my gosh.
Well, don't forget to check out mine too. I want to be special. Shoot.
See?
Also, don't forget to follow my golf career. You know, the camera stand over here in the corner. I'm just saying, I need me a Maxim girl. You know,
But I'm wondering
But you already had one.
which one is going to help first, the golf career or the OnlyFans? Are you going to work them in tandem?
I'm gonna work them in tandem. I'm gonna be on the golf field taking the OnlyFans pictures. Yes,
You're going to be Tiger King where they had Tiger Woods the first time.
I'm gonna be Tiger Wood. Ooh. Oh, what's up? Sorry for the bit of lateness. There's been some technical difficulties, but we are beyond that now.
Yes, sir.
I'm JC.
I'm Jay Peeps. Welcome
And
to
we've
another
got a-
episode of Running Good Podcast.
Wonderful episode for you today. Lots of
An
stuff to
amazing
talk about.
episode.
An amazing episode. Lots of stuff to talk about in the NFL.